How the rich took over the economy. For decades, people have been asking the same question. How did the rich end up with so much power over the economy? It didn't happen overnight. It wasn't an accident. And it wasn't just about hard work or luck. It was the result of policy choices, structural advantages, and the compounding power of wealth. Today, we're breaking down the key forces that allowed the richest individuals and corporations to shape the modern economy, and why it matters for everyone else. 1. The shift from labor to capital. In the mid-20th century, most people earned their income from wages. But over time, the economy changed. Returns on capital, things like property, stocks, and business ownership, began to grow faster than wages. Economists have shown that when capital grows faster than income from work, wealth naturally concentrates at the top. Those who already owned assets saw their wealth multiply. Those relying on wages struggled to keep up. This wasn't just economics, it was the beginning of a power shift. 2. Policy decisions that favored the wealthy. Starting in the late 20th century, many governments introduced policies that reshaped the economic landscape. Lower taxes on high incomes and capital gains. Deregulation of financial markets. Privatization of public services. Weaker labor protections. Reduced bargaining power for workers. These policies didn't just grow the economy. They tilted the playing field, making it easier for wealth to accumulate at the top and harder for ordinary people to build long-term financial security. 3. The rise of financialisation. Over time, the financial sector became one of the most powerful forces in the economy. Instead of wealth coming from producing goods or services, more money began flowing from stock markets, hedge funds, real estate speculation, complex financial products. This shift meant that those with access to financial markets, typically the wealthy, gained even more influence. Meanwhile, wages for everyday workers stagnated. 4. Globalization and technology. Globalization opened new markets and lowered production costs. Technology transformed industries and created enormous profits. But the benefits weren't shared equally. Large corporations gained access to global supply chains, cheap labor, and new digital markets. Workers, on the other hand, faced job outsourcing, automation, wage pressure, less job security. The result: corporate profits soared, and wealth concentrated even further. 5. Political influence and lobbying. As wealth grew, so did political influence. The wealthy gained the ability to fund campaigns, shape legislation, influence regulations, support think tanks and lobbying groups. This created a feedback loop. More wealth, more influence, more policies that protect wealth. Over time, economic power and political power became deeply intertwined. 6. The power of ownership. One of the biggest reasons the rich gained control is simple. They own the economy. They own the companies, the land, the intellectual property, the technology, the financial assets. Ownership means control over prices, wages, innovation, and even public policy debates. When ownership is concentrated, so is power. 7. Why this matters today. The result of these forces is an economy where a small group controls a large share of wealth. Wages lag behind living costs. Housing becomes unaffordable. Young people struggle to build financial stability. Economic decisions are shaped by those at the top. Understanding how we got here is the first step in understanding the challenges people face today, and the conversations happening around economic fairness, opportunity, and the future of work. The rich didn't take over the economy through a single event. It was a long process shaped by policy, power, and the natural dynamics of capital. If you found this breakdown helpful, consider liking the video, subscribing, and sharing your thoughts in the comments. What part of this story surprised you the most?